Hi, I'm Lily Blue. Ever wondered how a spiritual awakening can shift your entire life? Today, we're exploring how this profound experience can bring about meaningful changes and transform your everyday reality. Spiritual awakening isn't just a trendy term, it's a profound shift that truly changes how we experience life. It's like suddenly seeing through the fog that clouds our everyday perceptions and getting a glimpse of something deeply transformative. When this awakening happens, it can feel like you're waking up to a new level of understanding about yourself and the world around you. This shift can bring a sense of clarity and connection that feels both exhilarating and unsettling. It's not always a smooth process. Sometimes it involves confronting old beliefs and embracing a new way of seeing things. You might notice changes in how you relate to others or how you find meaning in your daily activities. It's as if your entire perspective has been upgraded, and you're now seeing everything in a new light. At its core, spiritual awakening is about touching something truly profound within ourselves. It's about moving beyond the surface of daily life and connecting with a deeper sense of purpose and understanding. The journey can be both beautiful and challenging, but it's ultimately about finding a greater sense of harmony and insight. Have you ever had that feeling that something's just off, even when everything seems perfect in your life? It's like a little voice inside you that says, hey, there's more to explore here. This subtle discontent isn't just a random feeling, it's a signpost pointing us towards something deeper. Think about Siddhartha Gautama, who was living in luxury but felt an inner void that couldn't be filled by wealth or comfort. His dissatisfaction wasn't a flaw, it was his spirit urging him to seek something more profound. This inner unrest led him to a path of enlightenment, showing us that what feels like a lack of contentment can be the very thing that pushes us toward profound personal growth. Similarly, Eckhart Tolle's journey began with a deep sense of discontent that led him to a powerful realization of presence and inner peace. He didn't shy away from the discomfort he felt. Instead, he used it as a guide to uncover a deeper understanding of life. His experience highlights how discontent can be a powerful catalyst for transformation, leading us to find a richer, more satisfying way of being. These stories remind us that feelings of unease are not just obstacles, they're invitations to explore deeper aspects of ourselves. By paying attention to these hidden signals, we can embark on a journey of self-discovery and spiritual growth that transforms our lives in meaningful ways. Have you ever stopped to question the things you've always taken for granted? I think there's something really powerful in allowing yourself to ask, why, about everything, even the things that seem obvious or settled. It's not about being rebellious or difficult. It's about opening up your mind to new possibilities and deeper truths. When you start to question, it's like peeling back the layers of an onion. Each layer reveals something new, something that was hidden beneath the surface. For example, when I began questioning my own beliefs about success and happiness, I realized that much of what I thought I wanted was shaped by external influences, society, culture, and even family expectations. By asking, is this really what I want? I was able to uncover my true desires and align my life more closely with them. There's also a sense of freedom that comes with questioning everything. You're no longer bound by old, rigid ideas. Instead, you're free to explore new perspectives and form your understanding of the world. This process can be challenging at times, especially when it leads you to question deeply held beliefs, but it's also incredibly liberating. Questioning is at the heart of spiritual growth because it pushes us to go beyond the surface and seek deeper understanding. It's through this process of inquiry that we can break free from limitations and expand our consciousness. By embracing the curiosity within us, we open doors to new insights and a more authentic way of living. Enlightenment, what a mysterious and often misunderstood concept, right? It's easy to think of it as some distant, unattainable state being, reserved for monks on mountaintops or sages in ancient times. But I've come to see it as more of an ongoing journey than a final destination. It's not about suddenly becoming perfect or transcending all human struggles. It's about gradually waking up to a deeper awareness of life and our place in it. In my own experience, Moments of clarity come when I'm least expecting them, like a sudden realization during a walk in nature or a quiet moment of reflection at the end of a long day. These glimpses of enlightenment aren't permanent, but they're powerful reminders that there's something more to this life than the everyday hustle and bustle. And while the path to enlightenment can be challenging, filled with moments of doubt and uncertainty, it's also incredibly rewarding. Each step brings us closer to a more authentic, peaceful way of being, where we're more in tune with ourselves and the world around us. It's a journey that's deeply personal, yet universally shared, a reminder that we're all walking this path together, each in our unique way. We've all faced moments that push us to our limits, where it feels like life is throwing one curveball after another. But what I've learned is that these challenges often serve as catalysts for our greatest spiritual growth. They're not just obstacles to overcome, they're opportunities to transform and rise above. I remember a time when I was going through a particularly rough patch. It felt like everything was falling apart and I couldn't see a way out. But as I started to sit with those uncomfortable feelings, something shifted. I realized that these struggles were showing me where I needed to grow, where I was holding on too tightly to old beliefs or fears. Turning challenges into spiritual triumphs isn't about denying the pain or pretending everything's okay. It's about embracing the lessons within the struggle and allowing them to shape us into stronger, wiser versions of ourselves. It's in those moments of hardship that we often find our true resilience and our capacity for compassion, not just for others, but for ourselves too. What's fascinating is how, once we've gone through these trials, we often look back and see them as some of the most important experiences of our lives. They become the turning points that lead us to a deeper understanding of who we are and what we're capable of. And in that process, we discover a sense of inner strength and clarity that can only come from having faced and overcome our deepest challenges. Life is filled with these pivotal moments, those decision points where we're standing at a crossroads, and the choice we make has the power to shape our entire future. It's almost like the universe hands us these moments as opportunities to either stay the same or to step into something new, something transformative. I've had my share of these decision points, and they're rarely easy. It's like you can feel the weight of the choice in your chest, knowing that whatever path you take, it's going to change you in some way. But that's the beauty of it, right? These moments force us to confront what we truly want, to listen to that inner voice that's quietly guiding us, even when the path ahead feels uncertain. What I've come to realize is that transformation isn't something that happens to us, it's something we actively choose. It's in those moments of decision, where we say yes to the unknown, that we begin to grow. It might mean letting go of something familiar or stepping into a role we never saw ourselves playing, but that's where the magic happens. Each decision point is like a doorway, and when we choose to walk through, we're embracing the possibility of becoming something more, something closer to our true selves. And yes, it can be scary, but it's also incredibly empowering to know that we have the power to shape our transformation, one decision at a time. It's funny how we spend so much time trying to fit into molds that were never really meant for us, right? We get caught up in the expectations of others, in what society says we should be, and before we know it, we've lost touch with who we are. But there comes a point when we start to feel that inner nudge, a kind of restlessness that won't go away until we start peeling back those layers to uncover our true selves. For me, discovering my authentic self has been a journey of unlearning more than anything else. It's about shedding the roles and labels that I've picked up along the way, the ones that don't resonate with my soul. I remember moments when I'd catch myself playing a part that felt so disconnected from who I am, and I'd think, why am I doing this? Who am I doing this for? What's so interesting is that the more I stripped away those layers, the more I began to recognize the parts of me that I had been hiding, the parts that are uniquely me. It's like meeting yourself for the first time and realizing that all along, you've been carrying this beautiful, authentic being inside of you, just waiting to be seen and heard. And let me tell you, there's nothing more freeing than living in alignment with who you truly are. When you start honoring your authentic self, you stop seeking validation from outside sources because you've found it within. That's when life starts to feel more vibrant and more meaningful because you're no longer just existing, you're truly living as the person you were always meant to be. Isn't it fascinating how we're all connected in ways we don't always realize? It's like there's this invisible web linking us to everything and everyone, and when you start to pay attention, you can feel it. I've noticed this, especially in nature, how the trees, the wind, the animals, and even us humans are all part of this delicate balance. There's a certain peace that comes with recognizing that we're not just isolated beings floating through life, we're part of something much bigger. I've had moments where I'm sitting in a quiet spot, maybe by the ocean or in a forest, and it just hits me, this deep sense of connection to everything around me. It's in those moments that I realize how our actions ripple out, affecting not just our own lives, but the world around us. Whether it's through the energy we put out, the kindness we show, or even the thoughts we harbor, everything we do contributes to the collective experience. What's even more incredible is how, when we start to honor this interconnectedness, life starts to flow more harmoniously. It's like when you treat others with compassion and understanding, that same energy finds its way back to you. We're all in this together, sharing this space and time, and when we embrace that, we can create a more loving and supportive world for ourselves and each other. Have you ever noticed those moments when everything just falls into place perfectly? Like when you're thinking about someone and they suddenly reach out, or you bump into someone who gives you exactly the advice you need. Those moments are synchronicities, little signs from the universe that we're heading in the right direction. It's like the universe is sending us these subtle messages through perfectly timed events. I've learned that the more I pay attention to these coincidences, the more they seem to happen. It's as if there's a special frequency we can tune into, revealing patterns and connections that we might normally overlook. There have been times when I was unsure about something, and then out of nowhere, I'd encounter something, like a book or a song, that seemed to offer the exact insight I needed. Those are the moments that remind me to trust the process and believe that there's guidance at work, even if it's not always clear. Synchronicities have a way of showing us that we're part of something bigger. They're gentle reminders that we're not navigating life alone and that there's a greater plan unfolding, even in the little things. Embracing these signs can help us move through life with a sense of curiosity and trust, knowing that we're supported in ways we might not fully understand but can feel. Living authentically means staying true to yourself and making choices that align with your true values and passions. It's about being genuine in every aspect of your life, which naturally guides you to create a reality that feels fulfilling and right for you. I've noticed that when I focus on what truly resonates with me, rather than trying to fit into others' expectations, things start to align more smoothly. It's almost like the universe starts responding to our true intentions and desires, bringing opportunities that match our authentic selves. Shaping your reality involves actively engaging with life while staying connected to who you are. Setting clear intentions and taking actions that align with your true self can lead to experiences and outcomes that feel deeply satisfying. The more we stay true to ourselves, the more our reality reflects that authenticity, leading to a life that feels genuinely aligned with our purpose. Thanks for joining me on this journey. What revelations did you have while watching? Has a spiritual awakening influenced your own experiences? Share your stories and thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear what resonated with you. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit subscribe and turn on notifications. See you soon.